A number of FTSE 100 heavyweights are due to report their full year results in the week ahead, including three of the big five banks, where the dates have changed since our last video, so many apologies on that front. However, reports that may be worthy of note for what they say about the company, their industry, or the economy more generally include Intercontinental Hotels on Tuesday the 18th, BAE Systems and HSBC on the 19th, Lloyds, Centrica and Mondi on the 20th, and, to finish, Standard Chartered on Friday the 21st of February. Banks will therefore be front and centre, but so will miners, thanks to another trio of full-year reports, this time from Antofagasta on Tuesday the 18th, Glencore and Rio on Wednesday the 19th of February. Now, over the past year, the FTSE 350 precious metals and mining sector, well, that ranks third out of 39 within the index with a 54% capital gain, thanks to new all-time high for gold and silver's move to a highest mark since 2013. Takeover bids for Shanta Gold and Centamin have helped as well. By contrast, the industrial metals and mining sector has eked out a mere 2% advance over the past 12 months, and that leaves it 28th. Glencore and Rio are both down 7%, Antofagasta is up 10%. Now, this relatively turgid performance is largely due to worries about China and its demand for raw materials, cost price inflation, and, ultimately, mixed commodity prices. Antofagasta's main product by far is copper, where the price is up by 13% in the past year, and gold and molybdenum are its byproducts. Rio Tinto's biggest earner is iron ore, where the price is down by nearly a fifth over last year, a trend that swamps gains in some of its other key metals such as aluminium and copper. Glencore's a big player in copper, but also nickel, which is unchanged, zinc, which is up a bit, and lead, which is down a bit over the past year. It's also a major producer of coking coal, where prices are currently weak amid fears of soft Chinese demand and higher Indonesian output, and also the effect upon tariffs between Washington and Beijing on steel, the effects of which are yet to become clear. Antofagasta's January trading statement, to go back to company specifics, well, it's already confirmed output and net cash costs for 2024 and given guidance for 2025. So there shouldn't be an awful lot of surprises here. Attention will therefore focus on the company's headline earnings figure, where management's preferred metric is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization, or EBITDA. Everyone will also give a good look to the dividend. Analysts are looking for a 10% advance in EBITDA in 2024 and more in 2025, when output increases and costs drop slightly, and a cut in the dividend in 2024 is on the cards ahead of a rebound in this coming year, although much for all of this will clearly depend upon where the copper price goes. Watch out also for a confirmation from Antofagasta of an increase in capital expenditure to around $3.9 billion this year from $2.7 billion in 2024, and that's thanks to construction work at the Centinela and Los Palambres mines in Chile. Glencore, well, it's a more complicated company altogether thanks to its wider spread of operations and substantial trading or marketing activities, as it calls them, and they generated more than half of company profits during the first 6 months of 2024. Again, attention will focus on earnings and dividends. Glencore has also run extensive buyback programs in the past, but it didn't do so in 2024. EBITDA is expected to drop to its lowest mark since the COVID-affected year of 2020, though analysts see a rebound in 2025, commodity price volatility permitting, and that trend should help to underpin dividends if indeed it stays that way. CapEx has also been creeping up, but net debt's very low at $3.7 billion, and that could give Glencore room for some expansive strategic action. Note that the Financial Times newspaper recently again floated the story about the company's long-standing ambition to acquire Rio Tinto. Now, Rio's management will doubtless be keen to keep any such advantage at more than arm's length, even if nothing seems imminent right now, and shareholders seem happier for miners to keep a tight rein on spending and M&A, even after the substantial reductions in debt and improvements in balance sheets of the past decade or so. That said, Rio has set about acquiring Arcadium Lithium for $6.7 billion and forming a standalone lithium division as a result, so shareholders will look for an update here and also seek an affirmation of the 2025 production guidance for bauxite, aluminium, copper and iron ore, given back in January by Chief Executive Jakob Stausholm. Iron ore output is very dependent upon the Australian Pilbara mine, where Rio Tinto is awaiting planning approval for certain projects, and not to mention the weather's impact as well. EBITDA overall is expected to come in broadly flat at Rio in 2024 and 2025 at the $23 to $24 billion mark, while the full-year dividend for last year is expected to drop to $3.86 the lowest level since 2018. There's no increase expected in 2025 either in the payout, as Rio digests Arcadium and works on several major projects, including Pilbara, the Oyu Tolgoi copper mine in Mongolia, the Simandou iron ore venture in Guinea, and expansion of the Argentina Rincon lithium mine, where first production began last November, and Rio's board has just approved a $2.5 billion budget to ramp up production to 60,000 tonnes of battery-grade lithium carbonate a year. That's one reason why analysts think Rio Tinto's total capital expenditure will rise pretty sharply in the coming year, and they are looking for that to reach now multi-year highs as a percentage of sales. I hope that you and your families are all keeping well. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.